Hi guys, thinking about buying a second-hand E39? Today we're going to talk about things that you should consider before you put your money down, how to verify this kind of car before buying it, and what to pay attention to. So let's get going. If I were you, I would never expect a car in a perfect condition for the average price, so you must take it into account while buying this. One of the most important things that you must consider while buying this kind of car is, of course, rust spots. While I was buying this car, I was more or less aware of the condition of the body. So I wasn't that surprised, but before you start verifying this car, you must take a look at these few things. You shouldn't worry much about the scratches because it's normal. This car is 25 years old. But what you should worry about is the rear arches. Look at that. Here's a rust spot that you wouldn't normally see, so pay attention to this kind of stuff. Next, go down and take a look at the sills. Look what's going on in here. Look very carefully because you got to be sure what you're buying. Another point to consider is the jacking spot. So take a look at it carefully and see what's going on. Well, in this case, the quality is not very good, but it's still possible to jack up the car. The front is also very important. If you don't want to lay down on the ground in order to inspect the chassis, you can always use your phone with front camera to see what's happening in here. Open and inspect every door. This door looks okay, right? We don't see much rust in here. But if we take a look at the right side, the situation looks a bit worse. And this is what E39 is unfortunately famous for. The trunk lid. It's rusty, especially in this area next to these lights, so you got to be really careful. Of course, it is possible to replace this element, but you'll have to pay for this. Cars in a great condition are very expensive, so remember that you don't need to spend a ton of money to have a perfect one. It's nice to spend less money, have a nice car for some time, use it, have fun, and after 1, 2, maybe 3 years, just sell it. Probably without a profit, but it still will be fun. You gotta remember that these cars are great, especially diesel ones if you want to do a lot of kilometers. But remember, if they are not maintained well, they could be a money pit. Another typical problem for E39 is the problem with the air conditioning and the fan. So when you verify the car, you should try it like this. And make sure that it's working properly. It doesn't mean that the FSU, which is the final stage unit, or hedgehog or fan resistor is okay, because you might have other problems connected with it. And before I show you something, this is where you should look for this, and you can replace it here behind this carpet, and it looks like this. This is the element, right? It's new, it's brand new, as you can see. And why am I going to replace it? Because this thing probably caused a very serious battery drain from my car, and I've investigated that issue for I guess a month or so. And then I finally realized that what I need is what I need is to replace this element. It's a very common thing. I have owned this car for over 2 years, and it happened to me after 2 years, but I also have this problem and many people struggle with it. So not only rust, but also FSU. Luckily, it's not very expensive. Open and close all the electric windows, plus test the mirrors. So they all should be working fine. So another point to think of is the headlining. Make sure it's not sagging anywhere. Luckily, in this case, everything is fine except for one little thing, which is here. And while I was buying the car, I didn't notice that. So here we are, and the other side looks the same. Remember to test the cruise control first by pressing this button. So this green light should pop up, and next set the speed using this button. Apart from all the normal things that you should remember about while inspecting a car before purchasing it, there are a few things which are quite typical for old BMWs, for example E39, E38, and so on. So before you make your final decision, make sure that you more or less know what you're buying. Be ready for some surprises, because they will inevitably come up. And just don't give up. Remember, if you buy this kind of car, you must be ready for investing some money in it, because they're old, sometimes rusty, and not perfect, but still fun to drive. Remember to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next one.